have you had any kind of genuine concerns around when talking to anyone around identity theft at the biometric level, cutting fingers off and mimicking people's faces or anything like that? Do you ever get asked, is any system's hackable? How hackable is this?
Right. So yeah, we get that question every once in a while about using biometrics, but honestly, the real professionals aren't worried about that at all, because there's theoretical security and there's practical security. And when you talk about theoretical security, you can go on and on about theoretical threats and 0 days and very sophisticated hacking teams that would do everything to get into your domain. And we read all about governmental spying games using all kinds of cyber tools. So there's lots of stuff there to trigger the imagination and let you think about cutting fingers and a whole bunch of stuff. But the professionals that we usually deal with are more worried about the mundane and day-to-day stuff, which are very boring but very dangerous, because most actual cyber attacks are not done by super sophisticated attackers. They're done by spreading a wide net with simple tools and getting the occasional corporate credential and then using that to do whatever it is you can. So that's I'd say 99% of the real dangers out there. So people are more worried about that than employees' fingers being cut off and stuff like that. That's really something that we get reminded a lot, because we think of ourselves as a cutting edge security startup, and our imagination is also triggered by these stories. So we always think about how you'll be able to prevent the most sophisticated attacks, and the actual worries that we get from people we talk to are much simpler, much more boring, but much more real.
I mean, I even read a story about someone excuse me, trying to get into someone's iPhone and facial recognition, and they demonstrated this by putting some sunglasses on the person whose phone it was while they were sleeping, with little white bits and black dots in there, and it kind of fooled the technology. I think it's probably been fixed now, but excuse me.
Right. So I remember that, and that's true for facial recognition and also for biometrics like fingerprints. I got what you got. Sorry about that. But first of all, those technologies are improved all the time, and fingerprint readers in modern phones are much better than they used to be and are considered very safe. But also, when it comes to a solution like ours, we never rely on a single authentication factor. That's an important piece of our technology, to always rely on integrated second or third factor as well. So you've got your smartphone that's registered on you, and then you have your fingerprint or your face to complement that, or you have a USB key. So there's always a second factor integrated within the system. Just having an employee fingerprint won't help you at all.
Okay, so what would happen then? So you say you use the mobile technology. Then does that mean that if you've got kind of they lose their phone, or they've got kind of no access, no internet access or anything? Are they, how would they get into their laptop? Is it are they able to, or?
Absolutely, yeah. So there are a bunch of solutions for that. Usually for people who are consistently offline or can't have their phone in the workplace, which happens in many places, we offer typically a USB key, a USB security key that's registered to you, and that has either an integrated PIN or a fingerprint reader. That's the second factor. But also, if you happen to be offline, there's always a fallback option. There's always a fallback option, whether it's a temporary password that changes the minute you log in. So it's not really, there's no real threat of that being stolen.
Yeah.
Or just a Bluetooth connection to your phone if you're offline. So the phone communicates with a workstation through Bluetooth, and that works even when there's no internet connection. So there are a bunch of options to solve that, and that's another thing that we always react to problems that we see in the field, because once you start working with large organizations that have tens of thousands of employees all over the world, you encounter all kinds of scenarios that you have to solve. So I'd say that at this stage we're ready to solve anything an employee can encounter wherever he is, whether he's offline, lost his phone, can't see his screen for any reason. So all of these are pretty much solved.